in the NFC North. Big story tonight is the wind, the weather. It's 45. It feels like they're gusting up to 30. What did it look like pregame? Jake Bates, the option in the second half. Will Shipley saves it. Off we go from South Philadelphia. Back into the end zone. Touchback. Eagles get it to 35. Here's their lead. Hurts to the Birds. Start at their own 35. The 49 incomplete for Devontae Smith, who was blanketed by Amik Robertson, the corner for the Lions. Touchdowns, just one pick this season. Add in the rushing touchdowns, and you get to that total in the bottom left, 21. And it's third down coming up. Play callers tonight, Chris. It's Kelvin Shepard. When Shepard played for the Bills, he was a linebacker.
And both true to form already. The Eagles came out with 6 offensive linemen on that. What is changing their style of football coming into this one?
Lions missing defensive backs again tonight. Well, dead. Detroit brings an extra rusher. The pass is caught for the first down. It's A.J. Brown, and it brings...
I would say everybody in Philadelphia needed that one. Met some things that he did, social media and phrases that he had about this football team, but you come out and
get targeted early on. Just kind of settle in. After the gain of 12, Hurts back to pass again. Incomplete. Well, incomplete at the 20-yard line. Barkley knew he may have been stealing when he ran right to the official and passed.
Offense number 65. It's a 10-yard.
Be a gain eventually of a... And after one first down, Philadelphia will kick it away.
And the one thing you'll notice about this Detroit Lions defense, he comes into the general area, you're going to stick on him, and you could tell that time Jalen Hurts, even though he was able to Lions defense.
Braden Mann to kick it. Khalif Raymond back deep. Again, catching punts will be an issue side of the field. And doesn't get too far. Lost one on the return. Lions start their own 14 with Jared Goff as quarterback. Got some protection, throws it complete on the edge.
Eric Gibbs, Alabama.
Jamison Williams, Bama.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, USC.
Khalif Raymond, Holy Cross. Brock Wright,
Oregon.
546 yards, 44 points against Washington last round. Right back to the air. Jahmyr Gibbs on the edge. He's got a first down across the 25-yard line. Jared Goff in completion percentage this far this year. And just the 3 interceptions, that completion percentage stays.
He changes it. No way. He can throw it.
Scanning here. It's deflected, intercepted. On the deflection, Cooper DeJean has mid up there. Put it in the air. DeJean finally gets a regular season INT, and the Eagles
look good, and they know that if they're getting blocked and that ball's coming out quickly, they are going to get those mitts up in the air this game for Philadelphia. Those 2 guys inside are just key. Jordan Davis, Jalen.
DeJean's interception, his first in the regular season. Yard line with Saquon Barkley. Shotgun riding right next to Jalen Hurts. Couple as Thomas Harper came up from his safety spot. He's the man replacing the All-Pro Kirby Joseph.
And the Eagles' offense in the red zone has been very, very good, and we all know why. They've got tremendous before he got hurt. Sometimes you got to be a little careful, though.
The tight ends, not a clean hand to Barkley. All there for the Detroit stop. 3rd and long coming up. Eagles can get a first down at the 1-yard line.
And so many times the interception. You get the ball down inside the 10-yard line, and now you've got 3rd down and 9. It'll be huge.
Barkley starts this one out wide. And will remain with the coverage. And a field goal attempt coming from Philadelphia.
This bump and run jam. He attacks receivers off the line of scrimmage, and he was good enough off their man coverage at all in this game so far.
We talked about all the wind. 27-yarder for the vet. Able to power it through, and Philadelphia takes advantage there. Jeffrey Lurie, his wife Tina, you see them and the rest of the link in tonight's 4K Skycam coverage delivered century. Owning this Eagles franchise, a Boston kid who not only made good, he's made great. What a franchise this is. It is Raymond not getting past the 20-yard line. So the Eagles, a couple of good special teams plays already.
Jalen Carter, Arca, Florida. Jordan Davis, Mallard Creek High School. Jalen Phillips, Redlands, California. Zach Iowa.
Reed Blankenship, Middle Tennessee State.
Andrew Mukuba, Texas.
Adoree Jackson, USC.
Two opponents to season lows in yards, and that time Zach Bond, the leader in that linebacking core.
Got those big tackles up front, and when anytime they're seeing double teams on those guys, these linebackers are going to shoot. The minute those linebackers see it, they're going to shoot the gap and make plays.
Reserve with a back injury, such a key part of this passing game and blocking as a flag is down as Goff.
Holding. Offense number 69. That penalty's declined.
Watch the little hesitation move and then off the other way of it, and underneath it was Jalen Carter waiting for him.
Pressure getting there. Pass in the middle is incomplete. Intended for St. Brown. And heard from.
Yeah, and we all know about Dan Campbell calling the plays, not the defense that they have here in Philadelphia, and you're feeling the difference already.
Yeah, Dan even said that. It was a perfect storm last week. If it did not punt last week, gets this one away. And with the bounce, it'll be a good one for Fox. There's a flag down, if it ends up there. But let's check in with Alex Kemp on the flag.
From the end of the kick. First down, Philadelphia. Timeout.
So effectively, it's 65 net yards. Flipping the feet takes it back to the 20-yard line where this drive begins. And room to run from Barkley. On the edge, 15.
They are just continuing to go big over here. They get the defense to shift and then get the hook block on to try and go there. We've seen it early on. They've gone big with 6 offensive linemen, and predominantly they've been throwing the ball. So
play action. Hurts. Goes to the crossing tight end. Got it. Right around with 7 touchdowns already this season.
Yeah, he's had a huge year, and so is Jalen Hurts. Game, and he seems to be getting better. MVP of the Super Bowl a season ago, but for one fumble in the prior Super Bowl.
Second and 4. And inside run for just 3 yards. Saquon Barkley, that 2,000-yard season. As you heard with Melissa, it hasn't been the same. Under 4 yards a carry this. Right now we're at 3rd and 1, and we are in push territory for Philadelphia. There's an inside handoff, and it's stopped up. That's Trevor Nowoski off the edge. Philadelphia, rare. Stopped on 3rd and 1, and they'll send the punt unit out.
And he just absolutely held his ground in there against Landon Dickerson, who's one of the more powerful guards.
Seems like the building's in shock. It was 3rd and 1. The Eagles didn't pick it up. They got knocked back a yard. He's down by Keely Ringo. Really good on special. The backup corner, Ringo, shuts it down.
A little more play action, a little bit more 6 offensive linemen.
And to Jamison Williams use his side for one of the pieces that was activated a bit more with Campbell calling plays last week.
Yeah, it really was, and it's impressive for me to see him as the only receiver on the field for a period of time last week, and he really took some big plays.
David Montgomery inside, power of the backs. It's that first down, the offensive coordinator for the Lions. Meantime, interesting development here for the Eagles. Lane Johnson, their outstanding right tackle.
Then he had that ankle or knee injury a week ago and came back in that game, but apparently
of the night. And Goff play action to Montgomery out of the backfield. And he's running around the play action and go. John Morton, veteran, was on this staff, came back to replace Ben Johnson, who went to the Bears.
This role my whole life, you know, he did it with John Gruden, he did it with Sean Payton. He goes, I was the primary guy, now I'm the...
2 backs in together, Gibbs and Montgomery. Pocket collapses, Goff fires, it's caught. Gain of 19.
So they're going to try and jump these routes underneath. You see it happen there, and it opened up the middle of the field. That's the reason they want to stay with the run.
Montgomery takes the direct snap, fakes it, keeps it, runs it inside. And the gain of a yard. Somehow nobody went with.
Well, there's a lot to fear on the Detroit Lions. That just doesn't happen to be one of them. With the two backs, we've seen Gibbs and Montgomery in the backfield together some, but not a lot. But now with no Laporta.
Second and 8. The other tight end there for Detroit. So Campbell's calling plays. It was a little bit of a giveaway that he was doing it because he had the glasses on. He gave it to me pretty good, sent the picture, Dad, it's out everywhere. I said, Piper, what do you want me to do? He said, I've got great eyeglasses.
Make it up, Dad.
That's right. We've all been there. Montgomery, he's only going to get a yard or fourth and about 6 from the 40-yard line.
You know, this is one of those, it's not a long, they have a player down on the field.
Yeah, Tate Ratledge is down there. Second round pick. They do as much as anyone the last few years.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, always your first look going in motion.
Number 16, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And so they will punt it, try to get the free 5. Xavier Gibson's been with a couple of teams this year. Now, you mentioned, Chris, it's not a night for long field goals. I think what you do in those warm-ups, you get an idea of how far you can hit it from.
Started outside the uprights, I'll say that.
Choose not to go for the 58-yarder with A.J. Brown. We talked about the noise all year. He's got 2 catches, 14 yards. This week he made some comments that made...
I want to win, too, you know, and I think if we're really focusing on winning and doing our job, like, at what point are we going to pick up our slack as an offense that we're so great?
That's a receiver, Madden, and he made comments about, hey, if you have me in fantasy, I wouldn't play me. Don't start me, right? That he's just not been as productive as he was. A gain of about 4 yards for Saquon on that one.
Yeah,
I've
never heard a wide. It's kind of enough. We've heard it a lot. There was some conversation about the trade deadline, and there's just no teammate say something positive about the other team. And when it's constantly coming up again and again, it becomes...
Campbell there to clean up on Saquon Barkley, who is stopped for a loss of a couple, as Lane Lions run defense responding here early on as we get towards the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, so far this goals, and they scored 80 points the first time they played. Not nearly that kind of scoring in this one. I think the win's still a...
To the field goal for Philadelphia. The only points of the first quarter. After one, it's Eagles 3, Lions nothing. Sunday Night Football continues. Will Shipley the back. Devontae Smith could not bring it in. And Hurts has opened 3 of 8 in this one.
Detroit Lions, and they have backup cornerbacks in the game. You want to take your shot throwing the football, but this is a bit running the ball. It's going to set up Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown, and like it did last year.
A 44-yard kick. This look at the Lions offense is brought to you in Barry Sanders. How good Gibbs has been as part of this Lions offense the last 3 years. Back.
Yes, Jahmyr Gibbs told me that breaking Barry Sanders' record would be extra special because Barry was his childhood idol. As he needs 7 touchdowns to do it, doesn't turn 24 until March, has the rest of the season to try, and Barry told me he's wishing him.
Tristan Colon remains in there at guard for the injured Ratledge as Gibbs gets punished inside on the tackle.
So what we're getting now are the safeties engaging late, coming down. Allow the Detroit Lions offense to do is to get that running game going. Once they get that going, all their play action.
They'll do it inside. Gibbs is stopped. And Dan Skipper in there putting more beef on that offensive line. Let's see what Campbell will do on 4th and short. Lions right on the ball here. Reported eligible Skipper. Quick count, they go for it. Gibbs gets stopped.
I don't know what they're waiting for to snap that ball. They had the Eagles just...
Third year out of Texas. Watch him off the edge. Get in there and make the play. He punted a couple of times. The deflected pick that turned into the only points of this game, the Philly field goal. The best... Lane Johnson remains out, questionable with a foot injury. Hurts protected, taking a downfield shot into double. 4th down, Chris.
The advantage you have on offense is you determine when the ball is snapped. you'll see Jalen Carter snap the ball. You snap the ball, you double team, you hit it right there, and you got your first down. Instead, you have to take advantages of the advantages you have on offense.
They get crammed back by good old Branch as he was entangled with Branch in coverage. And Jalen Hurts is now 3 of 10.
Well, the other part of it is that this offense has seen very little, really, of Jalen Hurts. And so many times, he was the one that started it. Because if he starts running, now the safety has to come. Jay Brown gets one-on-ones.
3rd and 10. Throwing sideline, and the pass in comes over to cover. Robertson, who was in the slot, has jumped outside with the injuries and done a nice job for this Detroit defense.
Again, there's a little grab of the arm right there. I thought I saw that as well. No call.
This is punt number 4 for Braden Mann. 6th year out of Texas A&M. Fair catch, tough to catch. 2 flags down as he dives to bring it in at the 20. To Philadelphia International Airport, about 4 miles from here, just pushing through. A face mask foul coming up here. Alex Getz.
Kicking team number 54. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down, Lions.
So at it, take it to the 30. 3-0. Philadelphia on top. Detroit's going to take over at the 35-yard line. No points in Baltimore. Tate Ratledge, the right guard, back in for it outside. Patiently gets about 3 yards. The former Chicago Bear to the 38-yard line.
Movement. You're going to see them jump at the snap of the ball. You'll see the defensive lineman slant happens until you snap the ball. That's really one of the keys to Vic Fangio's defense.
Lions have died. They're a couple shy of the first down. What does that late movement do to an offense?
It just makes them just all of a sudden they shift another way. But think about it from those offensive linemen. It's hard enough to block 320-pound deep.
Lions 0 for 3 on 3rd down, 0 for 1 on 4th down. Facing 3rd and a pair here. St. Brown, rare that they don't connect in the middle of the field on 4th down, and the Lions will punt.
Now, if it's man coverage, he should stay on the move. That time, it looked like they just read it differently. Jared Goff anticipated he was going to stop. Fake.
Fake up the middle. The Eagles ready for it. They stop Grant Stewart. Gambled often and done that. Stewart, who has a couple of kickoff returns, a running back for it. Credit to Michael Clay's special teams. They know what the Lions are up to. It's Stewart.
Dave.
Call!
Let's go.
Plenty of runtime, and it's even got turbo mode.
Thanks.
I bet they did.
We'll take it.
We got a Sunday to earn.
We help you tackle that project by Saturday so you can earn your Sunday.
Top of the NFC right now. Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams hang on to beat Seattle, take on Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. And America starts it at 7 Eastern time. Again, good field position for the Eagles. Barkley tries to take advantage.
You know, it's interesting, though, talking about the fake punt. It was the starting defense that was out there, and I don't think that Dan Campbell's to their bread and butter a little bit running the football. And if Saquon can just get it going.
With Barkley, got Campbell waiting for him, but a yard past the marker. It's a first down. Back to Melissa. We will get back to Melissa momentarily on Saquon. You're not finding that same success, but I thought you made a good point, Chris. Jalen Hurts runs begins, then it changes. 1st and 10. Hurts to the air, inside, high, and incomplete.
Hall of Famer Barry Sanders knows what it's like to rush for 2,000 yards and then try to do it again the next season. So I asked him about Saquon and use all their resources to stop you. And Barry was quick to admit he doesn't know what it's like to win a Super Bowl. But he does know fire against defenses that are that much more motivated to stop you.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's certainly the line one. He has been from being heard from. And the Philly fans getting frustrated with the Eagles offense. This is the 3rd possession starting in.
Moved outside, but watch this aggressive move in behind and before the offensive lineman could get out. They're kind of saving your biscuits out there a little bit so far in this game.
There was Fred Johnson out there again trying to. Stays on his feet. No body part down according to the officials. And a first down for Hurts. was Al-Qadim Muhammad pulling him down, then the hit. Now it's being stopped.
Yeah, the question is, where was that run finished?
At first down.
Although Alex Kemp lets everybody know right away, it was third.
An ability to run from the quarterback position. That's a standard play. You bring the center, Cam Jurgens, around. When Hurts isn't running, it means you can help on A.J. Brown on those slants. You're not getting one of the safeties.
Inside, mashing forward for 3 yards is Barkley. Halfway in this second quarter, and that lone field goal off the Detroit turnover on their first possession.
They're going to win their division, right? You don't want to get your quarterback and Super Bowl MVP hurt, so you don't want to run him too much, and taking the way this is starting.
Devontae Smith came to the backfield. Barkley, open field. Alex Anzalone brings yard line the veteran Anzalone in his 9th year out of Florida with the stop.
The Lions, one of the few teams, they have an Alex Anzalone who can run like that, who can anticipate what teams are going to try and do.
And they take great pride in what you just said, Chris, that they are in a 3rd and 15, and those 3 backers are still out there. But he's shy of the first down at the 16-yard line as A.J. brings it in, looking over this for the moment.
But it's interesting, even Hurts was going to be involved in the run, and you got to play it here, too.
4th and 5. Draw him up. Timeout, Philadelphia. Nothing happening there. Showed you Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper. Cooper, great Eagles fan. Great baseball career. Opening up a beautiful golf course in the area as well. And Pink, early on Sunday. Yeah, that's it. You just see Pete and you start laughing because you know the next thing he says is going to make you laugh, right?
Indeed. Yeah, and I think it's the right choice given what we've seen out of these offenses in these conditions so far. This one's no layup.
Through on the kick. Wind is blowing, so they need to bring on a holder. It's going to be Braden Mann, who's the punter, which means it's that rare by Elliott, which is hard to feel, but is brought in at the 5 by Khalif Raymond. He brings that the last couple of years in Philadelphia. If I take you back 2 years ago, this was a defense that struggled. But good the end of last year, continuing on through this year, because of these names, a lot through the draft, like Hunt and Mitchell and from Miami. Put all of it together, and this Eagles defense has been really good. Lions are feeling that now. Jordan Davis got his hands on that one.
Once again, and then on the outside, Jalen Phillips, Jalix Hunt, more speed guys. But he has added, Phillips has added that big edge player.
3rd round pick, and Howie Roseman had a few of them. Still has 2 left. Goff play action, throwing downfield, safe on Detroit.
So you're going to come in short motion with Amon-Ra St. Brown and receiver even inside the tackle in that situation so that you get a little confused. Who has started?
Longest play of the night either way. Takes it to the Philadelphia 40. You are not catching him when he is taken off. And Williams finds the end zone again. But the touchdown will stand.
There's just no way to understand the kind of speed that guy had, but it didn't matter.
And this is where the penalty comes from with Williams and the celebration.
Conduct by Detroit, number 1. It's a 15-yard penalty on the PAT.
And it's hard enough to hit him from 33. And that's that continued next. Bates is on to kick a 48 in the wind.
Unless the winds change, it's going to blow hard right, so you better start.
Really moves left to right, which just exacerbates that issue. Wide right. And the Williams penalty contributes to costing his team a point.
Was going to move to the right, and they still couldn't aim far enough to the left.
Again, the wind is coming in from the top left of that as we were down on the field pregame. Dan Campbell on the celebration.
Yeah, it's you can't do that. You know, I mean, this is a take a lead, and you just gave away a point. So now instead of leading, you're tied. And immaturity has been a part of Jameson.
What's been a windy day in the Northeast as the ball blows off the tee again. That's the most missed extra points in the have the punter Fox come on to hold, and he will do what we saw Braden Mann do a moment ago. Short, picked up on the runner on the 13th. Those two big plays that Detroit hit back-to-back there were play-action passes. That was something, that's why I love hanging out with you. Well, I like hanging out. Getting back to what he wants to see in this offense, run first, it sets that stuff up.
And when you bring in extra offensive line, Williams has proven now that he can make big plays. And a lot of times you think of speedsters like him from coming across the field just like that, and you saw it on 2 consecutive plays. Amon-Ra St. Brown coming
on the 45 to A.J. Brown again. Targeted 8 times now.
The RPO stuff, because we've already seen now that Jalen Hurts, if he takes off and runs with the ball, gets a lot of attention.
It's back to the air. Lions bring an extra rusher. It's cross and complete to Kylan Branson.
Ryan Branch gave him a shot. He is one tremendous player when he gets around the line.
Mouthpiece in the helmet opening look that we saw when he debuted on opening night a few years ago in Kansas. Around 5.
So, Mike, here's what they've done here. You get him going that way. But then what happens is that backside gets frozen. And so then...
Tempted here. Pass complete on the sideline to Jahan Dotson. First down, best looking Eagles drive of the night so far.
Yeah, there's always a third receiver, right, on the and of course Dallas Goedert in there as well.
Mishandled, and Barkley got right back on it.
And that actually was the read option there. So you're going to see the ability. He's going to put it in much lately, and it showed.
Take Bigsby in with Barkley out. Bigsby came over a 2-yard line, and a first down as we hit the 2-minute warning.
There you go. Now they're opening linemen and tight ends. Looks good.
Eagles driving here at the 2-minute warning. All even at here this week. How about the Broncos? Chiefs are currently 9th in the wild card play. He stopped around the 16-yard line. Back-to-back good runs
so far to stay with those 2 deep safeties in the back, because if they're going to do that, then Philadelphia and Johnson up front. So anytime you have a team running on you like this, generally it means a safety.
Harper, far right of your screen. Slant, thrown, Brown got it, 5-yard line.
To come to a 1 safety look, and then there's no way he can stop it. You got one of the great offense we haven't been seeing.
To update the stats, that was the 8th target for Browns. He's been targeted plenty in this first half. First and goal, Eagles trying to take the lead. Barkley through the contact. They say he broke the play. And Philly's on top. He is down there. About it. It's closer to the knee. Terry McCauley, you're watching it with us.
We may have another look, but so far on the looks we've seen, not clear and obvious to reverse.
Yet, they'll take a look during the timeout.
Second down with 32.
The Eagles have come out, and we're in tush-push territory here, with Philadelphia facing 2nd and goal, still with timeouts. And Hurts surfs over the top and is in.
You knew it first.
So instead of a Barkley touchdown, it is rushing touchdown.
And then he does. He surfs over the top of those guys. And obviously what you worry about are those leaving his feet. He is continuing to push and push and push. And we know that Barkley can.
Much conversation about officiating the play and false starts. Eagles leaving early. It looked like they left on time. Gets its first touchdown. Takes a 7-point lead. We're back in 30 seconds.
These financial services companies. Like, he's so much more than Saquon Barkley.
I'm also Stay Calm Barkley.
Oh, man.
Relax, Rook. When things get intense, we get incense.
Fireworks Fireworks go off. You see the Xfinity Mobile Arena. West of the state arena's down here. Eagles take a 13-6 lead here with 16 seconds. And the only ones on the Eagles scheduled to vote for the tush-push staying in the game when the
Expect anything else out of Dan Campbell.
Yeah, right.
Like, hey, it's our job to stop it. I kind of respect it.
Here in Philadelphia, got the head coaching job there, so it kind of felt like, well, I was there. I maybe take it to the locker room and get to the second half with the ball down 7. Part of the difference, 13-6, our halftime score. And here's Melissa.
Dan, your second game, your second.
So a big miss on that offensive side without Lane Johnson. 3 Eagle defensive linemen here. Lions spread it out. First, he said he goes from first to fifth gear immediately, describing his speed. First down to the Philly 48.
Very rarely can somebody outrun a defense to the sideline. In college football, yes. NFL football.
5 runs, 2 catches for Gibbs in the first half. Play pass, and here he is. They've got back-to-back first downs.
Well, it has been a passing night, and that's when they started throwing it on early downs, and I think you're just going to see them stay with it. Now, the question comes in, how long can they hold?
Grabbed by Jordan Davis and pulled down, gain of a yard.
Jordan Davis has had he has been dominant enough, and you're seeing that line of scrimmage begin to go backwards to his side on the side. Now you can support a little bit more on those outside runs.
Davis has been playing a lot more this year than he said before that. 2nd and 9, extra rusher comes, it's picked up. Brock Wright, tight end, spinning, stay for Detroit as the wind has picked up more here, start of this third quarter.
Mike, you made a great point, though, and Jalen Carter, Chris Jones is about the only other guy that I know doing that with the Kansas City Chiefs. And sometimes you'll...
Downs to make 5 yards. 5 come, picked up. Got to get towards that part of the stadium. 4th down.
Nakobe Dean is back, and his speed allows him to get on the center and on the quarterback before they can get him blocked.
Zach Bond, the lone linebacker. Lions need to get it. Throws in the middle, incomplete for Williams. That's a couple inside. They could not connect. Goff had time. Just doesn't connect with Jamison Williams. Eagle. First touch of the second half for Hurts in the offense. Opening there for Barkley, closed quick.
Mike, one thing I just have to talk about a second. This pass rush now, the Philadelphia Eagles, has completely done to miss those key 3rd and 4th downs that they typically hit.
Taking Williams and Campbell for a ride. Yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 for
offensive line. When they get it going, this whole thing goes that way. And that's what they're doing right now. And they're those big guys up front now are starting to feel it. And here's another tush push. Oh.
The Eagles offensive lineman may have moved his hand.
Like he patted the ground or something.
And that's what the Lions...
3rd down.
I couldn't tell if his hand was patting the ground or exactly what happened.
Williams' hand, like, get over there.
Well, he was trying... Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Get out of the neutral zone.
Fender gets his hand in the neutral zone. The offense can move, and then it would be on the defense.
Interesting. The first time you've seen that one?
Absolutely the first time
That's good. That's good. It was worth getting up. 3rd and 5 now inside. Mailata took care of that. Sideline throw is incomplete. Kylen Granson imaging coverage.
If you're Alex Anzalone and you're in coverage this long, you're back there. He probably can't even believe this play's still going on, but that was complete blanket coverage.
Braden Mann to kick. Khalif Raymond back deep.
Offense number 10. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Mike, I don't know if that's the case. And this Lions defense has just backed them up all night. This isn't a good performance.
High hanger, fair catch signaled for 40-yarder. Defense has stepped up tonight. Anzalone downfield helping get the stop, keeping this a 7-point game.
But Steve.
Walmart Black Friday deals are online November 14th through 16th. Walmart Black Friday.
It's kind of
take over at their own 28-yard line. Panay Sewell hobbled over to the Detroit side last series. Heavy tape job. Lane Johnson have been right there as 1-2, the best in the league the last couple of years. Lane Johnson out of this game. Both backs are in. David Montgomery is deep, and he's got it running left for Detroit. They'll take it. Adam Laporta, second in receptions and yards. 3 touchdowns the last 5 games. A back injury on injured reserve. And out quick. Gibbs on the edge. Take it off like a rocket. Jahmyr Gibbs comes back. Speed personified. Jahmyr Gibbs, 42. Just like that.
They got this ball, and once he does, it is game over. Heck of a job by Panay Sewell on the outside. If you're a cornerback or a safety coming up, with Panay Sewell coming down on you.
Andrew McCouber, a couple, as he's tackled forward.
You know, he's just that haymaker. Takes off around the edge and makes so many people miss. Just one of the more exciting players we've seen.
A running back, but you see what Gibbs has done for this offense. Change maker for Detroit. It's an inside give with Gibbs to the 18-yard line.
But that's what Detroit has pressure. He's not able to sit back and run their normal down-the-field routes. So if they get their running game, those digs and those crossing routes that they've been successful with tonight.
They've done nothing on the money downs. 0 of 8 on third and 4. They'll try to do it on the ground, and they do with Gibbs on this drive.
It's a great call by Dan Campbell, and he well tonight. It's not what have you done well all year. It's what are you doing well tonight. What you're doing well is Jahmyr Gibbs. That's it.
Jameson Williams thrown out of bounds by Adoree Jackson. The mark with the 6. That would only be a gain of 2.
Ending second-year players. So Adoree Jackson has been the guy typically this season that is going to go.
The spot where the Lions will miss Laporta. He was so good in a mismatch in the red zone. He made a big play to stop him. Gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd and goal.
That Reed Blankenship, no way he's going to be involved in stopping the run, and then he does that at the line of scrimmage. I mean, just watch. I can watch him all night.
Captains on this Philadelphia defense. 3rd and goal. Big play in the game. Barely anything. So they've run inside. They've kept running with Gibbs, not Montgomery.
Those big guys inside, and we've talked about a lot of them, but Moro Ojomo in there, Jalen Carter, that to throw the football in this situation. And boy, do they miss Sam Laporta right here.
Rookie Isaac Tesla. Goff looking, throwing, back of the end zone, St. Brown, and no! Covered by Jack. The Eagles stuck the Lions on down. St. Brown, 25th. Parade on New Year's Day. Some shots in the Mummers Museum. 4, Hurts. Nothing going to the sideline for A.J. Brown. Let's go back to their latest hit.
And you're going to see Jalen Phillips and Jalix Hunt meet at the quarterback and almost cut Jared Goff in half. Those kind of hits right there. And that has been the story all night long. You have not seen, because the defensive line for the Eagles have just dominated tonight.
Rock Ya-Sin out for a play. Nick White's in the 38 and a hit on Branch. Draws a flag, and Brian Branch grabbing at his leg. Big gain of 34 down the field as Hurts scrambled out of his own end zone. Conversation going on here with Alec.
Defense number 32. That 15-yard penalty is headed to the end of the play. First down, Philadelphia.
As well, already without the rest of their normal starting secondary.
Well, now we're starting to see, and really the hot receiver in this game, or big play guy, has been Jahan Dotson. So we end up with a 3rd receiver. Thing that the Detroit Lions cannot afford is to lose Brian Branch.
Branch is trying to come back in. Maddox comes in the lineup for the moment. Rock Ya-Sin, who was out of that last play,
over on the bench.
And they know him as well. Barkley, pitch, right. Barnes strung him out.
And he can accelerate too, can he? I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs and what he can do. People to the corner. You talk about just a freak of nature. And what he did last year, because they did run it, and if that safety missed, he went for 70 yards.
Grant's back in the game. Part of the pressure here. Roy Lopez, who doesn't get the attention, but has been a big addition to this.
Oh, he's really starting to make a name for himself on this defensive line. And then, of course, it was Aid blocked that guy. And once again, when it looked like the Lions were in trouble, their defense.
3rd and 15 against the 3-man rush. It's going to launch it towards A.J. Brown, who had throttled. As all the murmurs go through the link, the punting unit comes on.
Now, as a receiver, you got to assume you're going to get the ball. But Detroit Lions, we talk anything out of their offense but that one drive.
Khalif Raymond, some room there at the 10. Gets forward for inside of 3 to go.
On 80% of those snaps. And every time you feel opportunities, and they certainly did that time with Brock Wright, he simply doesn't have time to find.
The 15, Goff off the spot, resets and throws incomplete. For St. Brown, Quinyon Mitchell.
This Quinyon Mitchell can play, and we saw it last week in their game, and he just continues to make plays. A season ago, Defensive Rookie of the Year, and very close. A lot of Eagles and Rams on that list.
In his first year and a half. Goff throwing in the middle, is it intercepted? Nope, hit the ground. Blanket off the turf again.
I mean, it's like a boxer. You take enough blows and you start this all over it. So that combination now, and this is now against 2 really good teams in Green Bay.
3rd and 10. Eagles bring 4. Try to sprint rolling to the 48-yard line. This dude's incredible. 33. First
for 0 a few more times. I mean, they even know this screen is coming. Look at that. I mean, they know absolutely. Gibbs putting on a show.
It's his first 100-yard receiving game. Career high, 107. In the first, it out 7 hard yards there. It's this flying fast Eagles defense.
Well, and you get used to 230-pound back. So now you're used to chasing that guy, and here comes Montgomery, and you take that kind of shot trying to see if they can get something going off play action. This is a perfect play action down for this Lions offense.
Going incomplete, not open with Brock Wright, the tight end.
And I knew they were going to end up missing Sam Laporta. Now to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who really hasn't been much of a factor in the game all night long. But I think the Laporta loss.
Guy was always there, right? When you need to count on somebody.
Yep.
8 targets, St. Brown, 2 catches. St. Brown in motion, and Duff has it knocked down. Davis at the 45. Campbell likely to go for it.
And Mike, here's the other phase of this. When you get your hands up, you can knock it down. So all this fits into one big pie for Vic Fangio's defense.
For the 5th time in the first 3 quarters.
Not even close. They have completely disrupted Jared Goff. Yep. But it wasn't in the same area code.
They're looking for St. Brown for the 9th time tonight. And Chris, you talk about additions and trade deadline, and for this defense, which, like all Vic Fangio defenses, if the weather gets colder, they get hotter.
Well, Jordan Davis and Jalen Kime, but the addition of Jalen Phillips put this defense over the top.
Barkley, Zaloni, they're on the tackle. The Eagles have run 46 plays, only have 176 yards there.
Yeah, and I think one of the things they're trying to do is protect Fred Johnson at the right tackle position, taking over for Lane Guard and tight end around to try and add a little muscle to Lane Johnson, the replacement.
Some heat. Barkley can find some space here, but a flag down on the back end. There was a collision. 2 flags come down. That brought at least 1 of the 2 flags.
15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
I mean, there was definitely, it looks like he stumbles And that's really what threw him into the low block.
And the penalty will drag the Eagles back to the 37-yard line. They're 6th.
Remember that? I think he stumbled and fell.
Correct, Counselor. Final seconds here in the third. Scoreless third quarter. Off we go to the fourth in South Philly. Eagles 13 and 13. And Hurts escaping here. Chased by Jack Campbell. Over on an odd hit and angle as Hurts fortunately gets up and jogs back.
It was not an Hurts got those feet off the ground. Lucky to survive for him to run, but most of his runs now have just been scrambles, not designed runs.
Spinning away again and throwing sideline Brown. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Through the catch and a first. That would be short of a first down. However, on the far side, the indication is that the flat, it's a yard short of the first down at the 46 right now.
Before the pass, holding
on Amik Robertson. Negates the catch, going to take the flag and the automatic first down.
A nice catch. Get his feet down, go on with it. Something to talk about on Twitch. I have to do.
About a million things, but that's fine. Player. Barkley left. Calcaterra, the tight end, out there to block the flag down as Barkley's got a first down.
holding, offense number 68. It's a 10-yard.
Anzalone was running by him. It was a little slingshot action by Mailata here. And anytime that
great stories. Jeff Stoutland, the offensive line coach, has turned him into something special. Second team All-Pro. Barkley out, takes big.
Walmart. There's a new way to read that. We got Jordan Mailata on the outside, and the job that he has done so far, again, graded as the top football player in the NFL. Not on offense, not on defense. The entire against Aiden Hutchinson.
Second and 14. Lions bring some extra pressure. Hurts throwing, and it's first down as third down comes up. We mentioned him, Chris. Jeff Stoutland, the man who second team All-Pro.
He played rugby. He comes over. The first football game he ever played was after he got drafted, and I'm from the Philadelphia Eagles. Maybe the most extraordinary story ever told about offensive linemen and what they've done.
It's got a first down. Anzalone throws him down around the 36-yard line, but Jalen Hurts taking it in
a season ago. And maybe it's just waiting for the second half of the season. You start wanting to rush the passer at Cam Jurgens as well, just redirecting that middle linebacker. But I'm just telling you, when Jalen Hurts runs, this
first. Again, you see the Detroit linebackers downfield in coverage. Jack Campbell was trying to keep him.
This race was only created because Hurts, again, scrambled and got out of the pocket. But they that matchup again, so you're going to come back to that formation very soon.
Play 9 of this drive. Hurts takes a deep drop here. He is flushed and chased and gets rid of it.
Mailata told me that he played the most pivotal role of anyone for him in his football career. From the beginning, when Mailata said in the first 3 years of his career, even getting halfway was hard. But Stoutland was persistent, day in and second team All-Pro.
It's quite a story, and it's quite a coach, too. Jeff Stoutland's been doing this for so long. 13. Got it. Rocky Scene has him, brings him down to the 30. Now, field goal makes this a 10-point game. So
points have been tough to come by for sure out here tonight, but horrible positions in this game, and they have really stood up.
Kicking with the wind. Still, he's hit 3 really solid balls on his field goal attempts tonight and knocked them through. Jake
Bounce one off our ankles on that one. A little pressure. Got my quarterback cut in half on that one and off. And for Dan Campbell, taking over those play calls, he's made the play calls. Unfortunately,
Jacob Sailors will bring it out for Detroit. Sailors will Give the ball to the Lions offensive both, but where do you weigh that more on the scale? Detroit's offensive failures or Philadelphia's successful defense?
30 points a game, something like that. They've been tremendous, but we've seen now a second straight week. Can't get to the plays and the spots on the field that they want, and even when they do, the secondary is blanketing them.
Detroit tonight, he's got it, bounces it to the outside, and gets 11 yards and a running first down.
You're starting to see the maturing of Gibbs as well. Did you see him set up the blocks, that little inside move?
39 of those 146 on the ground. First and 10, pressure comes. Woo, Goff tries to step up, just throws it in.
Jalen Phillips with a move inside on that one. And he is just running past people. He was the and sprint right to the quarterback as they brought Cooper to Gene off the edge as well and making throws. He can't do it.
13 of 27, and he's been 7 for St. Brown and incomplete.
That is a quarterback completely off his game and out of rhythm. Misses that throw. It is just feeling like the walls are closing in on him. And
Goff is 1 for his last 9. Firing right. And after 1 first down, Detroit will punt it away.
But I'm not so sure by the time we hit the playoffs, they're not going to be better. And we haven't even talked about how at every single level now, the Eagles are destroying a very good Detroit Lions offense.
By anyone, it's batted out of bounds. The receiver was in position to try to make the play. However, the company for Gibson looked like it touched anybody. The teams we saw in a terrific playoff game in this building last January. Both will be 8-2. Some of that tackled by Derek Barnes as he was out of bounds. No flag, but a first down to the 32-yard line.
That single safety look, and those two guys on the sideline certainly have done their part, but it has been from the quarterback.
A 9-yard line by Alex Anzalone. You saw the shot of Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator, in. Of course, feeling a little bit of that heat as people were asking the 10-point performance last week against Green Bay. It's been
we've wondered aloud what might happen with this offense, and head coach calling plays.
Play adjusted to this Barkley run. Saquon climbs off that pile. Third down coming up. Jalen's seen this movie before. Hello.
Absolutely. You know, the funniest one for me, I asked.
Sure how far that one got. How to get to the 40. And it looks to be short. It's going to be 4th down. And when they push again, up 10.
The odds of stopping that play 2 times in a row, not real good, but.
Tundra. Don't touch it.
There you go.
Yard penalty, 4th down.
Darius Cooper, the rookie wide receiver, the one who moved. And change to go here.
Not the worst thing in the world when you consider how this defense is playing.
I've been quiet on every push play because I love hearing the conversation and then just the noise. Raymond running up. Going to tell everybody to get out of the way of it. And it will bounce inside the 15-yard line, and that's where Philadelphia's defense has continued the story from Monday night. We may be in. Need a big comeback or else they'll be 6-4. They're trying to get it to Gibbs to make it a tougher throw. And Goff now 13 of 30 passing here tonight.
It's just not going exactly where Jared Goff is planning for it to go, and it hasn't all night. I haven't seen anybody do it.
As it stands now, it would be the lowest completion percentage of complete. That'll go as a 3rd pass deflection on the night for Jordan Davis.
Take them everywhere tonight, and those are huge plays. Those are plays that just destroy offensive drive. His game. Get him under pressure. You get him moving off the spot. It's not the way he wants to play. And they're
3rd and 10, loading up here, throwing in the middle. There's Jamison Williams. Made a man miss, keeps the run alive. They get points on this drive, are very much in this one.
And these routes take a long time. Times that we've seen Jared Goff step up, make a little move in the pocket, and have time to make that throw. When he has time.
42-yard line. Play action, rush right at him, and not the time to complete it. They'll come along now in his 2nd year in the league.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Darius Slay, Milton Williams, Josh Sweat all had big roles on
the pressure from Dean. It's knocked down again. That time it's Carter. So Davis has 3 and Carter has 2. Right?
Really a great play because the blitz was going this way. So he's a standalone roll over there. But we also need to remember we're
throwing sideline incomplete. Dean goes with Gibbs as Goff.
Linebacker in the league that wants that assignment, right? Nakobe Dean has got to run with the speedster as he's making the play. They are deep at every position now. They really are deep at the end. Terrific tonight, too.
And coming back from torn patella tendon, too, is Dean. Bit surprised here to see 5-10 left take over. So Eddie rehab coming off torn patella tendon.
Night of my life.
That was it?
Oh, my. I managed not to smile at all, but I know she was laughing.
Oh, my. Share on national TV.
No part.
Now, he said that he was strengthening his feet, helped him with...
It was tough. The things that they can do physically to be able to stand on one leg. I mean, it was insane. I'm not doing that.
2nd and 8. The visual of struggling. 9-yard line. Lions have all 3 timeouts here. I started mentioning Howie Roseman, Chris, and if we're down that far, they're ready to go. The next generation, the next move, and that's the guy moving the chess pieces.
Well, how about they started shopping around as to who he can get, and he ends up with Jalen Phillips, who has just been the perfect chess piece coming in.
As Brett Toth came in to play center, had to get to the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. Here's from overhead. Difficult. And credit to this officiating crew, because that has been a big part of the story.
Well, right now, I'm sure they're going to run this clock down. Yeah. I'll be surprised if they don't punt it.
There at center the last couple of games as Juergens has come back from his injuries. So 2 offensive linemen, 2 next week. And next week is Cowboys week. They go to Dallas, take on the Cowboys, and then the NFC North. That's on Black Friday. And then they go out to the Chargers, and you see the rest of the schedule with the Raiders and a couple of command.
It's the Lions' last chance in this game.
They lined up to go for it again. I don't know if he got there. And 3 timeouts.
Well, now you're in field. You know, I wasn't second guessing. I said I'd be surprised, so I would have punted that one in. You let him go win the game.
Sirianni can't believe it. I'm going to tell you, full credit.
Been very good. And now we're likely going to at least have a 1-score game. So plenty of time and the 2-minute warning.
If they hit one right away, it's a very, very different game. And scratcher from the Eagles. Goff spinning, firing, incomplete for Jamison Williams.
There is somebody in Goff's face every single snap. And pressure, it has been coverage, and it has been Nakobe Dean in front of 2 of the
remains in at right guard for Detroit. Graham Glasgow in at center. Here comes pressure picked up by whoa, what a big hit on Nakobe Dean. The pressure he brought.
Nakobe Dean is going to blow up a 230-pound running back, and that's going to offensive line back in the day. Wow.
When he was growing up in youth football, play clock running in the middle. That one nearly intercepted. To Slot and St. Brown crossing.
That wasn't a pass, it was a hook shot. He can't even get a throw off. He can't finish a throw.
Hit one more time in this game. 14 of 37. On 4th and 17 with 2:03 to go.
I know one thing for sure. That would be my first choice. This is a long way to go against a defense that really had.
He's the special teams coordinator. He used to be here with the Eagles. He was talking with Dan Campbell, and I think the conversation now is they're going to Goff is 2 for his last 18. We're talking about the guy who came into the game leading the league in completion percentage.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I've seen 2 top-end NFL quarterbacks mentally broken down by
trying to make it a one-score game. And he nailed it. And it is under the 2-minute warning.
That is one impressive kick, isn't it?
Remember, he had the extra point that he missed earlier from 48 yards. And he had 2 kicks blocked last week. Both were very low in trajectory. But he nails that. Have the option to kick it away and play defense and use the timeouts.
Well,
keeps him away from having to take.
Going for it on that 4th and 1. Because if the ball is down here on the 20 or the 30, then they're not going to.
Not like there are any 4th down decision conversations going on in Philadelphia after last week. That was this clock usage.
Well, and now you clearly have a chance with 3 timeouts here. You've got to make this stop. They can't.
Sunday, number 11 in the NFL. They look ahead to next Sunday night at SoFi when the Rams host the Bucs. Try to use those timeouts to stop them.
Do you try one of those dirty?
Some rain starts coming down for good measure. This ball hits in the end zone. Rain, is it actually a little bit of snow flurries too? Something's coming down. Anyway, last time we were here, we had
summary mix.
Oh, that's right. But last year we were here. Now the Eagles need a first down as the Lions have 3 timeouts, and that defense has been pretty good. Thus, Lane Johnson, the right tackle, is out. Barkley.
Those are getting close. Saquon's
Barkley.
not that far away. Line of scrimmage with Saquon Barkley in the lineup. You don't know. And for Jared Goff, this has been sort of.
Got a 14-yard run tonight. He only has 2 runs over 20 yards this year. It feels so weird.
Because the way they're playing defense and Jalen's starting to run the ball a little bit, you wait and see.
He met by Jack Campbell, 2 yards there. Timeout Detroit. 1:49 to go. And we'll have.
There's been some addition, hasn't he, for the Detroit Lions inside. He just sort of personifies everything that Dan Campbell was beast in there.
If there was a transcript of our conversation with him this week, it would have been inside linebacker. 3rd year out of Iowa, won the Butkus Award, best linebacker in college ball, and Kelvin Shepard trying to get his defense.
When it matters, this seems to be when they do run him.
Offense number 74. It's a 5-yard penalty. There's no 10-second runoff. The clock was not running.
Interesting.
All right, Anzalone right there. Kind of faking his way in.
All right, so that backs it up to 3rd and 8. And Hurts throwing right side, incomplete, and a flag. And pass interference has been called.
Interference, defense number 12.
Oh, come on. Come on. Okay. If anything, it's an offensive push.
4-0. Lions will take their final timeout with 1:42 to go.
I said an offensive foul. You want to call a foul, it's an offensive foul. Wow.
Certainly hand fighting, but not even at the level we've seen. Rakicine thought it may have been going the other way as well. With calls in prime time already this year, and there's the Barkley stopped. Out left to maximize the runoff. And you run a play, take another 40 seconds off, kill some time, and not have to do that.
World champs look like world champs tonight, though, and Eagles defense is getting it together. Very impressive. and do not under offense that they embarrassed tonight.
It'll be interesting to see the offensive line up front for Detroit going forward. What about that?
Gonna jump up, get vertical. There's one. He got planted too. There he is, the trifecta and a little finger wag. I remember that. There it is.
well, Dikembe Mutombo around with the Panthers, also with 3. So 57 seconds left. No timeouts. Max time, they take a delay of game before 4th down. If there's a 3rd and 8 stop, it is Barkley running inside. Philadelphia will get this win.
This is starting to get, some of these runs are getting a little, there you go. At the end of a game, if you get an offensive guard dancing like.
And that wraps this one up. A little controversy with the call at the end, but the Lions offense held it, gets the victory 16-9 over the Lions. On the season. They will beat up there at the end of the game. Yet another game, the most in Philadelphia Eagles history.